The whistleblower complaint by a member of the intelligence community regarding Donald Trump's phone conversations with the Ukrainian president has been released by Congress. Of course, this is a redacted version, but the public has now learned some more details about this whistleblower complaint that are important to share with you guys on the show today. Namely, what the Trump administration was trying to do to hide the transcript or any of the notes in regard to that phone conversation, the July 25th phone conversation, which has now led to an impeachment inquiry. Now, according to the Wall Street Journal, it not only details Trump's July 25th call with Ukraine's president, during which he asked his counterpart to investigate the Biden family, but also alleges administration's efforts to lock down records of the conversation. So I'm gonna read to you that portion which outlines what the administration tried to do. So the whistleblower complaint says, in the days following the phone call, I learned from multiple US officials that senior White House officials had intervened to lock down all records of the phone call, especially the official word-for-word transcript of the call that was produced, as is customary by the White House Situation Room. This set of actions underscored to me that White House officials understood the gravity of what had transpired in the call. He or she continues to write, White House officials told me that they were directed by White House lawyers to remove the electronic transcript from the computer system in which such transcripts are typically stored for coordination, finalization, and distribution to cabinet level officials. One more part of this, instead, the transcript was loaded into a separate electronic system that is otherwise used to store and handle classified information of an especially sensitive nature. One White House official described this act as an abuse of the electronic system because the call did not contain anything remotely sensitive from a national security perspective.
Okay, now let me tell you why this is monumentally important. So it's not that we're learning about a new call. It's not that we're learning that anything that happened in that call is worse than we realized yet, okay? But what we're learning is two different things. One is they knew it was bad. Now that's not just politically important, that's legally important. Because some laws are based on a state of mind. Did they intend to do the wrong thing? And you know this with murder cases. Homicides and manslaughter is different based on intent. I meant to go kill the guy and I had intent ahead of time to do it, or it was an accident when we got into a fight and I was heated, etc. right? So in this case, when they go to hide the phone call that Trump had with the Ukrainian president, they know that it's bad. They know that it's potentially illegal. That's why they're hiding it. And the fact that they took that physical action to do it shows intent. They knew it, they knew it. Now, the second reason why it's hugely important is, number one, as Anna explained really carefully yesterday, what we showed you yesterday was not a transcript. It was a written down recollection of the call, and we don't know if it was complete. The transcript does exist in the secret database.
Yes.
So you could pull it out and maybe find other things that were said in that perfect call. And Trump is so proud that it was a perfect call, of course, partly because he's stupid and he doesn't know that he admitted to a crime, but partly maybe because he thought, oh, I already hid the bad stuff, okay? And then finally, and we're gonna get to more of details on this in a second, they might have hidden more things in that same database. Ooh-wee, okay. Man, they're in a world of hurt. Trump, again, not bright enough to understand the kind of trouble he's in, but you could tell in his panic response that, oops, I didn't realize it was gonna be this bad.
I just want to note that there have been colleagues of mine who have now turned on me when it comes to our bet. They were sure that I was going to win this bet. Cenk believes that Donald Trump will eventually step down before the 2020 election even takes place. So we took this bet. I don't think that's gonna happen. And now, because of all this new information that's coming out, your case is becoming stronger.
All right, so let's do a couple things here. First of all, this.
Okay, let's
second
relax
of all,
for
this.
a second.
Okay, all right. What are you? Okay, I got it in. All right.
God,
So now,
Cenk.
seriously, guys, seriously. This reminds me of the Buford fight story I told members in the post game. of when I got knocked down, I got hit in the ear, et cetera, and then came back and the crowd started chanting Rocky. I'm not saying that the control room's chanting Rocky. I'm just saying,
trust me,
tick, 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 tick. Okay, by the way, if you want to hear that story, tyt.com/join.
So let's go to other portions of this redacted whistleblower complaint that I think are relevant. So it starts off by saying, quote, "In the course of my official duties, I have received information from multiple US government officials that the President of the United States is using the power of his office to solicit interference from a foreign country in the 2020 US election." So this whistleblower makes it abundantly clear that he or she believes that these communications are all about trying to influence the 2020 election with the help of a foreign leader. The interference includes, among other things, pressuring a foreign country to investigate one of the president's main domestic political rivals. The president's personal lawyer, Mr. Rudolph Giuliani, is a central figure in this effort. Attorney General William Barr appears to be involved as well. Also, this whistleblower complaint says, "I was not a direct witness to most of the events described." This is something that the Trump administration is really harping on. However, I found colleagues' accounts of these events to be credible because in almost all cases, multiple officials recounted fact patterns that were consistent with one another.
So this is also really important. There is half a dozen people who might have had access to that call, who the whistleblower talked to, and they have the names. So meaning the whistleblower has the names. You call the whistleblower in, it gives you the names, you call on the 6 people. And by the way, if you're a Trump supporter, if this is a hoax and a witch hunt, et cetera, those 6 people will say, "Oh no, absolutely not." And I mean, the president didn't say anything about Joe Biden, except we already know he said something about getting dirt on Joe Biden. It's already over. But if there's an extra layer to it, an extra crime of saying I'll withhold the money, it's just being more explicit about what he already said and what we already know in the call, those 6 witnesses could either verify it or dispute it.
Right.
And refute it. So if you're after the truth and you're a Trump fan, you should want them to come forward. Thanks for watching the Young Turks, really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.